Faith-filled moments. The Great Flood, safety in the storm. Hi friends, welcome to Faith-filled Moments. Today, we're continuing the story of Noah and discovering what happened when the Great Flood came, and how God provided safety in the middle of the storm. God had warned Noah that a great flood would cover the earth. Noah trusted God, built the ark, and followed every instruction he was given. When the ark was ready, Noah, his family, and the animals entered. Then God shut the door. Soon, the rain began to fall. At first, perhaps it seemed like an ordinary rainstorm, but the rain continued. Day after day, the waters rose higher and higher. The rivers overflowed, and the ground disappeared beneath the water. Outside the ark was a world filled with a powerful storm. But inside the ark, Noah and his family were under God's protection. Safe in the storm. Imagine being inside that enormous ark. The rain was pounding against the roof. Winds were blowing. The waters were rising. The ark was moving across the great waters. Noah couldn't see where they were going. He didn't know how long the journey would last. But he had something greater than a map. He had God's promise. Noah had trusted God before the storm came, and now he had to continue trusting Him during the storm. Sometimes our lives can feel like that. We may face storms we never expected. A difficult season, a disappointing situation, a problem we don't know how to solve. We may not know when the storm will end. But Noah's story reminds us that God can be with us even when we cannot see what is ahead. God remembered Noah. The Bible tells us something beautiful. But God remembered Noah. This doesn't mean God had forgotten him. It means God remained faithful to Noah and acted according to his promise. God sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to decrease. Eventually, the ark came to rest upon the mountains of Ararat. Noah waited patiently. He sent out a raven. Later, he sent out a dove. Finally, the dove returned with a freshly plucked olive leaf. Noah knew the waters were going down. What a joyful moment that must have been. After more waiting, the ground finally became dry. God told Noah, his family, and the animals to leave the ark. They stepped on a dry ground and began a new chapter. A promise of hope. Noah's first response was to worship God. He built an altar and offered thanks to the Lord. Then God made a covenant with Noah and gave a beautiful sign of his promise. A rainbow. The rainbow would remind humanity of God's covenant and his faithfulness. Every time we see a rainbow, we can remember that God keeps his promises. The lesson. Friends, storms don't last forever. Sometimes we may feel like we're surrounded by problems, just as Noah was surrounded by water. But we can choose to trust God even when we don't understand what He's doing. Noah didn't know exactly where the ark would go. He didn't know how long the flood would last. But he knew who was guiding him, and that's enough. So remember, friends, when the storms of life come, don't lose faith. Stay close to God, keep praying, and trust His promises. The storm may be strong, but God's faithfulness is stronger. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SemSimpleTV for more faith-filled moments, Bible stories, hope, and encouragement. God bless you. Keep trusting Him through every storm, and we'll see you in the next faith-filled moment.